Zard.
Sard.
Zard. Zard.
Sard.
Zard.
Sard.
Zard.
Sard.
Zard. Zard.
Would you like the weirdest mental flex? Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong.
Please don't
But
tell me you're
it'll
gonna sing
help
it that
if
fast.
you just sing along. Bum,
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 bum.
bum.
The CAMPFIRESONG song. The CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing
God
along.
damn it.
The CAMPFIRESONG song. Patrick's song. CAMPFIRE Squidward. Good. It'll help. It'll help if you just sing along. Oh yeah!
Why are we like this?
Now, wasn't that relaxing? Hello, David. Anyway, you see our shield, it's sexy now. Jack.
Yeah. Oh, our shield is sexy.
Our shield is sexy now. And so are we. We also have the most luscious lips in all the kingdom. Anywho, welcome back to Skyward Sard. We are here to finish this bitch. So last time we got a gemstone thingamabob. We were like, huh, where the fuck am I supposed to do with that? I know exactly what the fuck I'm supposed to do with that.
What the fuck
We literally have nothing else to do but story, so we are going to make a beeline for that. This is the most obscure shit in the world. It's like, hey, this statue is missing an eye. Where's the other eye? Turns out we finally have the other eye.
Oh god. Gems. It's just, hey, what the fuck are you looking at? No, I mean the other thing that you're looking at.
Cool.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? And we're just standing there, staring. Why? What the hell is this? What? Quill, what did we do? Did we just break the fucking island? We broke the fucking island. Well, congratulations, we just killed a bunch of people.
Nah, nobody lived down there. We don't have to worry about that. Nobody lives on that island.
God damn it. Oh, so did we just activate an ancient weapon or some shit?
You could say that, in a weird sense.
Orbs. It's spherical. Oh, those are for our fucking hookshot.
Yeah. We have one last dungeon. This is a cool dungeon. Oh, report, Master Scrumpy. My calculations indicate an 85% chance that the structure you uncovered houses the Triforce. Given this development, I project that the moment for Zelda to fulfill her destiny and bring an end to demise is close at hand.
Oh my god. You know, I want to reach out. I want to just like go over.
I don't have any bombs.
You don't have any bombs?
It doesn't matter. We can always get more bombs.
Oh, by the way, I really just want to go up to Zelda's dad and holler at him. The Triforce was in the fucking basement the whole time?
Whee! Yahoo! I mean, how is he supposed to know?
I don't know, he acts so fucking omniscient.
He had to tell us to go ask Levias for help, because Levias knew more than he did.
Then why didn't Levias just tell us that was in the fucking basement?
Welcome to the Sky Keep.
Oh, great.
I don't think even he knew. So this is a weird dungeon. There's only one room here! Sort of. And the very first item of the dungeon is...
What's in the box?
the dungeon map, because oh my god, do we need it.
How do we need this? Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Guess what the gimmick of this dungeon is? Master, I have information to report. I've detected 3 sources of sacred power within the building. This power clearly irradiates from the Triforce. I've triangulated the 3 sources of power and marked them on your map as triangles.
Is this gonna be like one of those fucking tessellating block puzzles?
I don't know, you tell me.
I fucking hate this.
Well, at least you're not the one who has to play it. I've done this enough times that I'm like, this is fine. I would much rather be doing this than other things.
Oh god, I fucking hate this. I despise...
Master, I have new information for you. Analysis indicates that the shaking you just felt, yeah, changed in the building structure. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
There should be other places to change the building structure. It's fine, though. I actually like this dungeon.
I just hate those freaking puzzles.
You're not the one who has to do it!
Just looking at them makes my head hurt, okay? Hey, Quill.
What?
Do you think that we get high as balls if we ate one of these mushrooms?
Why would you want to? Why do you have to be so weird?
Because we wouldn't be friends otherwise, you shit! Now listen here, Gabriel. I've invented these things called mushrooms. Now some of them will make you run pizza. Others will make you see things. And then some of them will just kill you.
Now... Oh, I see what it is I'm supposed to be doing.
Do you
I
really?
did this prematurely.
There's ants here. There's ants here.
There's ants here, honey. There's ants. I want to go somewhere else.
Davian says collect the tri-toast.
Toast! Shut up, Daphne, and eat your toast!
Oh, hello. Oh, come on.
This is our friendship. Whenever one of us suffers in a game, the other laughs.
I mean, he's not wrong. That's part of the reason why we do this.
Gravity squeeze! You're laughing. Lick just got whacked by a giant spider and you're laughing.
Well, I don't know. Listen, man, the bird messed me up.
The bird didn't even touch you!
Well, now it's no longer going to touch me. I was like, how am I supposed to triangulate myself around the bird? Aha!
There are many advantages to being a marine biologist.
One of them is not being able to fuck a Vaporeon. We're not going down that route.
I'm sorry, you're the one that brought that up. I wasn't even going in that direction. Fire monkey.
Fire whatever those are. Clearly they're supposed to be like... Fuck. Clearly they're supposed to be like mud skippers or something like that, but they sound like monkeys. Why did they make them sound like monkeys? I don't understand that choice.
It's because sound design is somebody in Nintendo's passion.
Sound design is my passion. Mamma mia! Here we go again.
My, how could I forget you? Dun,
My, how could I have missed that jump? I like this dungeon, guys, I swear I do. I just forgot a lot of the puzzles in here. It's been a decently long time, you see. For my Wii broke. And I'm not even sure if my Wii U works anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my Wii U doesn't work anymore. Oh, we gotta do it. We gotta do it.
One last.
We gotta do it.
Just one last penis.
Raise your dongers.
Let's do a vertical penis this time. That's a silver rupee!
I knew those.
I'm gonna pee. I'm going to shit an entire snake. That's a shortcut. Essentially, once you solve one room, you can go back through that room and typically do it pretty easily.
Hey Quill, I got a question for you.
What?
How do you make a Caesar salad?
You just stab him?
I was gonna say, you take a head of lettuce and you stab it a bunch of times.
Boy! You nuisance! Oh, thank you. I needed that. Finish dying, please. Oh, thank you. Am I going to even need that? Ooh, I need those. Oh, there's stairs. Good. One. You gave me one rupee.
One!
Only one? Really? The one of those that doesn't spawn in over a fucking ditch and only gives me one rupee? You are a madman! Okay, get me up there. Alright. Alley-oop. Give me that, please. Thank you. Ah, right. Ah, come on. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Alright, 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 okay. Really? Really? Okay. Well, I'm a dumbass.
Oh,
Get back here. You, sir, need to be on the other side. Now we gotta do that all over again. Come on. I like the tri-toast.
So,
now the target appears.
So, Quill, I have gained a very severe thirst lately.
I'm not sure if I want to know.
Alright, but I must share this with someone.
Can you save your thirst for when we're not in a PG Christian channel?
Oh no, it's PG. I will keep it PG, I swear to Bat Jesus.
Lunala, is that you?
Nebby, get back to the bag! But, yeah, but her name is Ekaterina Lysina. She's an Olympic bronze medalist for the Russian basketball team, and also the world's tallest professional model.
Okay.
She is 6'9", and that's without her heels. To top it all off, she does a cosplay of Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil.
Okay.
And she looks so freaking good in it.
Okay. Now what?
Pull the lever, Kronk?
The lever just makes it go the other way. It just makes, yeah. It just makes the, it just makes the conveyor belt go in the opposite direction. I don't know why I would need that in there, but... Oh! I'm missing one! I'm missing a couple, actually. And he's like, what in the hillbilly hey? What's happening here? Cool. Now we can access another panel. And I can take back my orb.
Oh, orb?
Am I going to need the orb? I don't know, but I want the orb.
Orb?
Now, what? Analysis for... Uh-oh. Oh. Thank God. Sorry, one of my professors emailed us. That's something that I might want to take a look at.
Yeah, that'd be important.
Okay. Now what am I supposed to do with my ball?
Well, presumably, make it your life.
I would hope not.
But ball is life.
Orb. Oh wait. Yeah, I can do that. I think. Probably. Other side.
That feeling when you make an AMV in your head that is so fucking raw that's all you can think about for 3 days afterwards.
Yeah, I know the feeling! You're talking about the one you shared with me, right?
Yes, I'm talking about the one that I shared with you.
And the one that we can't talk about.
Yes, the one that we can't talk about. I still will say, though, it was incredibly gratifying to hear you say, "Oh, so that's how we're doing that!"
Oh! That's where we're going with this. That's mortifying.
It's mortifying, it's disgusting, I fucking love it. You're filthy, you're disgusting, I don't like you, give me $500.
What in the shit? That's not what I wanted to do.
Wait a second.
Just... No! No, please! Oh my god!
You fucking reset it?
I don't think I have to do the same puzzles that I did before again.
You fucking reset it, oh my god!
I didn't mean to, Dad!
You absolute goddamn weenie!
I didn't do anything! I did not! Oh, hi, Mark.
I am going to boilerize you, I swear.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Not.
I'm pretty sure the puzzles are still finished. Yeah, the rooms are still filled in. Listen, man, I like this dungeon because it makes me use my noggin. And clearly mine is not really working all that well today. This is only a warm-up. I'm disgusting. What are you doing? I am so worried about you right now.
What, I can't just cackle?
Not without explanation, you're obviously cackling at something.
So I started putting together, something for my students that I don't know if I'll ever be able to give to my students. Would you like to hear it?
I'm so worried. I'm so concerned.
The creation of the English language. English is a mess. This is not something that can be disputed since it's an amalgamation of several other languages over the course of nearly 2.5 millennia, created by the invasion of the British Isles by various forces, the invasion of various forces by the British, the mere existence of the French, and the fact that some guy wanted to write poetry in a very specific style. As a result, English is one of the most widely spoken languages of the world, perhaps second only to Mandarin Chinese in speakers and numbers, with both native and non-native people struggling with speaking, hearing, reading, and writing it. In part, this is because most of the rules of English are malleable, contrary to themselves, or non-existent. One example would be the I before E rule, which has so many more exceptions than instances of following it that the phrase had to be modified to say I before E except after C, or when sounding like A in neighboring way. Another reason is because English draws its vocabulary from so many disparate sources that trying to find out where a word comes from is not unlike watching an episode of Jerry Springer and waiting with bated breath for Jerry to say, "You are/are not the father." In order to understand why English is as convoluted and disturbing as it is, one has to go all the way back to the beginning. Not necessarily of time, mind, but rather to the beginning of when the word English actually started to mean something before it devolved into not really meaning anything at all. Back in the 2nd century AD, the Roman Emperor Hadrian decided that he wanted to conquer more things. Now, while this wasn't out of the ordinary for Roman emperors, as conquering was just a thing they tended to do when they wanted to expand their territory, gain a foothold against their enemies, or, whenever they were bored, what was out of the ordinary was that the Roman emperor decided he wanted to stop conquering this particular area and make his way back to Rome. Imagine, if you will, that you are a Roman legionnaire. You have marched out of Rome, marched out of what is now Italy, marched through what is now France, and then took a much-needed break from the marching in order to take a nice little boat ride to a very big island. Once there, you started marching north to welcome people into the Roman Empire. Welcome is a word which here means beat into submission through force of arms. They didn't prostrate themselves before you the second they saw you. As a general rule, the campaign is going well, until you get to a certain point. As you proceed north, you look off in the distance and see several men in kilts with blue paint covering their bodies, charging at you with large weapons screaming, "Freedom!" This may be period inaccurate, but it shows to make the point that you have reached Scotland. Upon hearing about Scotland, Roman Emperor Hadrian decided that it was probably a good idea not to mess with groups of people that thought that throwing massive logs was an enjoyable form of recreation. All in all, this was a rather wise decision, and Hadrian decided to build a wall that would separate the Roman part of England from the rest of the locals, who were called Celts. The completion of Hadrian's Wall in 122 AD marks the first discrepancy in the English language, where the island of England had people speaking Celtic up north, while the Roman-dominated south primarily spoke Latin. This continued until the 4th century, when the Roman Emperor Constantine decided that he was going to convert to Christianity and the rest of the Roman Empire with him. Because they were still in the Roman Empire, however, they decided that they wanted to continue conquering things and sent missionaries to the northern part of England. This brought more and more Latin to England, but the stubbornness of the local Celts meant that the local Celtic languages and the Latin that the missionaries brought with them combined in order to create a prototype version of English.
Fucking finally.
What? Are you saying fucking finally the prototype version of English?
No, I'm saying fucking finally because I finally got the thing into the hole.
Phrasing. Alright. This continued until the 9th century, when other people looked at the success of the Roman Empire and decided to follow their example. However, this was less of a case of conquering and more of a case of pillage and steal. People from the Germanic tribes of modern-day Denmark, Norway, and Sweden began sailing to England, ransacking the coastal settlements, then decided that they liked the place, settled down, and began making their way further and further inward. As a result, the language of the language of the locals of England had gotten mixed with the Germanic language of the invading Vikings, and the two combined into what is commonly referred to as Old English. For references to what Old English looked like and an idea of what it sounded like, please refer to Beowulf with the side-by-side translation. Upon reading it, you should realize that Old English hardly sounds like English, and in fact sounds more like modern-day German, even though we can still see some of the words and pronunciations that have carried over into modern English. After the Vikings had been fully integrated into English society, the various kings and feudal lords had united more or less under one banner, the people of England collectively turned their attention to an item on their agenda that they needed to address. They didn't like their neighbors. While the British and the French had a great deal in common, such as being conquered by the Romans in the past, they didn't get along. Presumably, this is because of their discrepancies in language. Even in the course of writing this, one gains the sense of fury at the idea that someone could look at a potato and say, "Ah, yes, that is an apple of the earth."
Pomme de terre.
As such, the British and the French became very contentious with one another. Contentious enough to the point that even while England still struggled with the people of Scotland, that were sick and tired of being under non-Scottish rule, they engaged in several lengthy wars with the French. One such war was called the 100 Years' War, and that was only a slight exaggeration. In truth, it lasted 97 years, but when a conflict has been going on so long that the people that started it probably died before it even hit the 1/3 mark, you're just splitting hairs. The reason why the constant conflict with the people of France is so important is because of what one does when they want to win a war. Generally speaking, wars are not won by who has more soldiers or who can swing a sword better, but through strategy. In order to have an effective strategy, one must have information, and in order to get information, sometimes you need to speak to the enemy. This meant sending spies behind enemy lines or capturing the enemy and interrogating them. The unfortunate implication of this being that each side had to learn at least a little of the other's language in order to gain more information. Additionally, there was what often ended the wars. War came to an end because the nobles got bored with the war itself and wanted to shake things up for a bit and try peace. Peace was usually entered by having various noble or royal families marry each other in order to prevent further hostilities. It also meant that the nobles and royals got hostages that they could use in order to get the other side to back down as they started getting uppity. This was to be expected, though, as many other people throughout history have, unfortunately, felt like they were being held hostage by a relationship. Between the constant fighting, the marriages between the royal families, and the commerce that occurred between England and France during peacetime, there was an exchange of language that had a more profound impact on the English than it did the French. While the French were very happy with their language, the English decided to return to their roots. French, much like Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian, is based on Latin, and the English probably started feeling a little nostalgic for the days when the Roman Empire had conquered them. As such, more and more Latin and Latin-based words started to make their way into the English vocabulary. This wouldn't have been an issue if it weren't for the fact that, while many of the words were Latin-based, English still used Germanic grammatical conventions. Many people found this confusing. Many people find this confusing even today.
What the fuck am I supposed to be doing?
I don't know. Wait, what about the crystal thingy over there? On the right.
Seek the gemstones that sleep behind each statue. There's one more statue I need to break open. If you strike them in order from lowest to highest, the door will open.
Oh, alright, well, I was busy reading, so I didn't catch that.
See, the one over there is the one that I need to open. And I need to get behind here because there's a bomb over there that will allow me to open it. But how do I...
Horizontal skyward slash?
Oh, I'm an idiot.
This is news.
I was like, I'm not supposed to actually put down there, am I? Well, now that works. Davian says linguistics is fun.
It is! It's also a pain in the ass!
Well, I guess that was effective. Giving me a better angle here. Cool! So, that one's the highest, that one's the middlest, that one's the lowest. That one's the middlest. Whee! Yeah! The door open. Right. This.
Diggy hole? So can I share with you a story
What?
from when I was a kid?
What story?
So I know that you really don't follow like actors and actresses and things like that, but you know that my family and I are like major film buffs, right?
How do you feel about the cast for the Mario movie?
Jack Black is the only acceptable option.
Good.
But so the thing is that my parents are fans of the Brat Pack movies. You know, the ones with like John Cusack, friggin' Anthony Michael Hall, Molly Ringwald, Ali Sheedy.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about, but go on.
Movies like 16 Candles or The Breakfast Club.
I haven't seen any of those.
All right. Well, one day when I was like, I think I might have been 5. I was really young. My parents and I wound up going to the St. Louis Zoo, and I'm in the petting zoo, like petting one of the goats, and my parents are keeping an eye on me, and there's this other little girl that's petting the goats with me, and Mom looks and sees another woman watching the girl, presumably the girl's mother, right? And oh shit.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
God.
How lovely.
Or is it just a really big one?
Nope, it's 2 of them.
Aw, dang. Oh no!
And they can realistically turn any which direction. I see.
But my mom looks over at the other mother and says, "Hey, honey, I think that's Ali Sheedy." Ali Sheedy being one of the characters from the Brat Pack, or one of the actors from the Brat Pack. And Dad says, "No, it's not. $5 says I'm right. $5 says you're wrong. Okay, it's on." So she goes over and she gets ready to ask. My mom says, "Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, and I don't mean to cause any trouble, but my husband and I had a bet going, and I was wondering if you were who you thought we were." She gets a little bit defensive, and she's like, "Right, well, who do you think I am?" "Oh, well, we think you're Ali Sheedy." And
Hi, Sirius.
and she looks around and she's like, "Yeah, that is me." And then she laughs and holds her hand out to my dad and says, "Pay up." She looks back and forth between my mom and my dad, and Mom says, "I bet him $5 that you were Ali Sheedy." She just looks at my dad and says, "Well, pay up."
Do I need that? I don't think so. No, I don't need that. I'm loaded.
God damn it.
Works for me.
I like them big.
I like them chungy.
I like them crunchy.
Why do people like things crunchy? I don't get it.
The insatiable desire to feel bones crack beneath our teeth.
Perhaps. Mayhaps. If I'm given an option, though, I usually choose the chewy option.
It varies for me. It varies.
Like, I like chewy bacon. I like chewy cookies. I like chewy pizza. Well, not chewy. I like it softer.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like the thing is, I like a good chewy crust.
Master, look that way.
Shut up, fee fi fo fum.
The design carved into the floor there is the mark of furore. I detect the sacred power from the Triforce emanating from that vicinity.
Delightful. We were probably going to go in there anyway.
To reach the area, though, you need key! Which we
Yeah,
do
don't
not
say!
have! Yeah, I wonder where it is!
But yeah, no. The thing is, I like my pizza crust to be foldable but not breakable. Does that make sense to you?
Ribbon's calling me a soft-jawed baby. It's true. I am a soft-jawed baby.
If only the Master Sword was a Keyblade. But
Wait a second. How am I supposed to get? I can't do anything from this angle. I'm kind of upset now.
Oh, don't be upset. It was a mercy killing. But alright. I will there is one thing that must be chewy above all others.
What?
Bagels.
Okay.
I don't like my bagels toasted. Never want a toasted bagel. Because the sign of a good bagel is that your jaw starts hurting halfway through eating it.
Weird flex, but okay.
No, trust me on this one. Ask any New Yorker, they'll agree with you.
You see, I barely ever have bagels, so it's hard for me to make an opinion on that one.
I mean, you live in Florida. That's where all the old folks from New York go when they retire.
I'm from Florida, but I'm not there anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're in like what? You're in South Carolina now?
Virginia.
Virginia. Who the fuck is you?
Do you recognize him now?
Yeah, it's the fucking Robo-Pirate, but, Sultan form.
Damn it! Why is this guy always giving me a hard time in this game? I used to be so good at this. Die! Yeah, back up! Back up!
Get back, motherfucker! You don't know me like that!
Davian says, I'm a New Yorker and I like bagels.
Davian, who hurt you? Oh, no, alright, I like a toasted bagel with not super toast, but enough like cream cheese melted that and get a bit of crunch. Like, I could do a warmed bagel, but I don't need crispy, I don't need the crunchy.
Did they really buff this man, and why? Gotcha. That wasn't nearly as bad.
I mean, I have a big list of people who hurt me, but it has nothing to do with how I like my bagels, said Davian.
That's not what I wanted. Oh.
Gravity squeeze! Oh.
I'm going to take this moment to heal just a little bit.
And then take a moment to gravity squeeze.
Are there any more Hants? I don't see any more. Oh, there's one more Hants. I'm just going to take the beetle on a little bit of a tour. Just because that seems like it would be worth my time.
Would it though?
Hey, I healed a little bit. I'd say that was worth it. The less I have to use my potions, the better, I think. I'm saving those for the final stretch. Use an elixir! You can't buy elixirs. It's the final battle, but I only have 85 of them. Now we have the key. Now we can go inside that room.
So,
My mom bought me pumpkin spice cream cheese. I still haven't opened it. Serious. Your mom lovingly bought you that pumpkin spice cream cheese and you still haven't opened it, you monster.
I've had veggie cream cheese though, says Davian. You see, the thing is, my favorite bagel is my favorite bagel is an everything bagel with chive cream cheese. Anyway, can I just share some good stuff about work?
Go ahead and share some good stuff about work.
So first and foremost, according to the person I was co-teaching with today, Dingus, I received the golden compliment from a student.
What is the golden compliment?
One of my students said, "You know, if you had been my teacher, if you two had been my teachers in high school," referring to she and I, or her and me, I would have actually passed.
Master, look over that way. That is a symbol that you also need to go hoity-doity Triforce.
But just to fill people in, I currently teach at a correctional facility, so I'm helping guys that are in prison get their GEDs and high school diplomas. But yeah, one of the guys straight said, "Listen, if you guys had been my teachers on my first go through high school, I would have actually passed school." So apparently we're doing all right. But secondly,
you know, I'm feeling the same way when it comes to my chemistry teacher, because I had all AP classes in high school, which fucking sucked.
Oh, can't confirm.
And the only chemistry class that I've ever had was an AP chemistry class. And the college that I'm going to has this program called PASS, in which some students can sign up for the PASS program if they feel like they can be suitable tutors. So what PASS students do is they take a class that they received very high marks in, they take the class again, and then they act as a tutor in that class so that they know what the class is going through, and they can hold tutoring sessions outside of class.
Oh, that's cool though.
And one of our PASS leaders in my chemistry class is an absolute legend. He's great. And, he's good enough to the point where he held a, what is it? He held a little boot camp, so that, if there was anybody who was, feeling not very confident about chemistry. Like, I was not feeling very confident about chemistry. Chemistry is the only class that I got anything close to a D in high school. I was not confident in chemistry. So, he held that kind of thing for people who felt like they needed a little extra boost. And...
Sphere.
I don't want to hit the sphere. And, I said to him, well, he was asking about what our background was when it came to chemistry classes. I told him that was the only chemistry class I ever had. And he was like, oh, AP chemistry class fucking sucks! This will be fine. So, now I feel a lot better about chemistry. I feel like if I had this chemistry class and this chemistry teacher in high school, I would have passed chemistry.
Well, but the other good thing that happened today, so I had to go and get my TB test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just one singular rupee.
Only one.
So I had to go and get my TB test today, which meant that, we had to leave early. But we had to leave early, we had to go down to another one of the facilities and get it taken care of. So we left, went to the other facility, and as I am stepping out of my car, I see the person that is the reason why I left my other prison in the first place. Because she had to get hers done too. She just so happened to be coming in at the exact same time that my co-workers and I were. And I'm still so incredibly grateful for them, because it's like, all right, after I finished getting tested, someone said, "Oh, hey, can we go and wait out in the lobby and just hang out so it's not so crowded in here?" And I'm internally just saying, "Oh my God, thank you." Because my coworkers know that I have an issue with this woman. Like, they know that she is the reason why I left my other job. And I actually just got a text from Patty. She was the one that was suggesting that that we step out, and said, "Hey, how about we leave a little bit earlier when we go to get it checked, just in case she's running on the same schedule. This way you don't have to deal with her."
Okay.
And the thing is, it's not something major. It's not something big, but it's something that means a lot, because it's like, oh God, they're actually being supportive and helping me with my anxieties regarding a former coworker. I'm working with some pretty decent folks here.
I'm so glad.
Well, you know that for a while I was just friggin' miserable.
I remember you telling stories about this woman. I don't remember exactly what she was doing, but I remember that she was just awful.
Basically, she was taking every opportunity that she could in order to get me in trouble, throw me under the bus, basically make it so I would make me feel inferior, talk shit about me to the boss. She was being a bully. That's really the only way to describe it.
But now you've got guts, folks.
I mean, there is one person there are a couple people that I don't exactly see eye to eye with. Like, there are two guys there that are Trump supporters, and a third person there is very openly religious and right wing. But you know what? The thing is, I would take working with any of them over working with Zimmerly again. Because
I'm glad you don't have anybody there who is the reason why you want to quit your job.
Well, it's the thing is, even though I may disagree with them on certain, political and philosophical aspects, they're for the most part, they're decent people. Still not sold on the chef yet, because he's kind of a dick. But it's the thing is that the other two, the thing is that he even knows his limits, and he agrees that Zimmerly is terrible. But it's like, but I think it says a lot when, somebody that is as politically polarized as I am, when I say that I would rather work with Trump supporters than this person,
you know they're bad.
It says a lot about that person. Why don't you just yeet the sphere?
Nope, I know what I was doing wrong.
What were you doing wrong?
I didn't need the sphere on the platform. I just needed the platform raised. What I needed was the sphere closer to the barbed wire.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. So you gotta take it and move it a little bit forward. You gotta step it up.
Do this. Make sure. Yeah. So each of these Triforce rooms is based on the Triforce that it holds. So this is the blue Triforce room, which is in accordance to Nehru.
Yeah, the different dragons.
Who is the goddess of wisdom.
Oh.
So they tried to give us a puzzle that was a little bit hard to solve.
Yeah, knife.
You got the
Look at my
Triforce of
Doritos!
wisdom.
Look at my Doritos!
Hey everyone, check out this kid's Doritos!
Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me.
This is a while ago, but
God.
Davian said, my chem teacher in high school was awesome. He let us burn things.
God, that's amazing. Alright. Be me, the
There's-
20-year-old student. Doing little computer repairs for money. Get a call from a friend working at a warehouse. Hey, there's this huge pile of laptops that has to be thrown away. I asked my boss if I could take them, and he said yes. They seem pretty decent. Come and see them. Maybe you can earn quite some money off of it. I see pictures, lots of ThinkPad T440s. Why not? Go to my friend, inspect the laptops. Most of them have problems, but some of them work just fine. Load them on car and head back home. An asshole jumps a red light and T-bones the back of my car. Police comes, sees dash cam footage, and says this asshole was at fault. Submit an insurance compensation. I get a malicious idea. I put all 50 laptops into compensation.
So, this is the Courage Triforce room for Rory.
But yeah, this guy received $30,000 in compensation for mostly broken laptops.
There's only thing that I remember liking about my chemistry teacher in high school. And that's that during the year, she held this thing called the Mole Pageant, where it was a play on words on the molecular unit, the mole.
Yeah.
Spelled M-O-L. But she took it as the animal, the mole. So she gave us this pattern that we had to use to sew our own fabric moles, and we had to theme them around things, where it could be like a TV show, a
character, like an advertisement.
They could realistically be anything as long as you made them a pun of some kind. And they had to be fabric because at one point somebody brought in just like a jar of pond muck and said, "This is my Loch Ness Monster."
Oh my god.
So everybody was required to make a mole.
We did something like that as well.
And she's the reason why I got into sewing as one of my hobbies.
Nice. We had the mole pageant as well, but we were allowed to do art as well as, like the actual some pattern mole. My mole was Mole Windu, from Star Wars.
Oh my god. So...
but the winner was actually, it was a piece of art. It was an advertisement for a jar of molasses.
So, we had, there were multiple winners in our pageant. Then they were separated into different categories. Mine was the TV moles category because I did Ash, Misty, and Brock and a little tiny Pikachu. My little tiny Pikachu by itself won. because I sized down the pattern just by sheer gut.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It was teeny tiny. Okay, I'm gonna take care of these first. Or am I? Jesus Christ. Alright. Leave me alone! Oh my god!
Leave me be! Billy, what are you doing with me side?
EVILPOWDER. Salt.
I miss that show.
I really do.
Like,
It was
like,
so dumb, but oh my god. There's just something about it that holds a special place in my heart, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't even remember a whole lot of quotes from that show. But...
Still gotta. Ah, still gotta.
But still, it had a specific energy to it that was just completely unmatched.
You know, alright, you wanna know what I love the most about the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Yeah?
The fact that, first and foremost, the fact that it was part of the golden age of fucking Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Like, this was a time when, like, you know, shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog and Dexter's Lab and Johnny Bravo, you know, the things that I used to watch when I was a kid, were
Yeah.
off the air. But the thing is, they still paid tribute to those shows on the network in the form of like this cartoon city where all of the cartoons lived and worked together.
I remember that! Oh my god, I missed that so much.
And it's like Johnny Bravo and like Johnny Bravo and Elmo were dating, and he and Samurai Jack were best friends that like were always at the laundromat at the same time. But
I see you're a fan of pink. It was because Blossom had accidentally left something in the washer last time.
But one of my favorite moments was Raven and Mandy. Raven from Teen Titans and Mandy.
Oh yeah, they were sitting on a subway, not talking to each other, but then one of them had to get off and they were saying, "Nice talk."
yeah, friggin' Mandy gets up to leave and says, "Nice conversation." And Raven just says, "Whatever."
I mean, that's such a mood, though. I understand where they're coming from now.
It's like they're both just sitting there brooding.
I mean, they're both just the exact same kind of introverts that I am. We just don't want to talk to anybody. There's nothing interesting to talk about.
Alright, but I'm gonna be real with you. My very first OTP was Beast Boy and Raven.
That's also fair. I don't remember
Because
shipping a
Beast
whole
Boy-
lot when I was a whole lot younger. Like, I may or may not have wanted characters to get together. If I did, it was completely subconscious. I think I only really started shipping people together when I was in, what, middle school-ish? When I was starting to get into online communities and started making characters when other people are making characters and we wanted our characters to intermingle together and have babies.
Yeah, nah, I mean, I never went that far. I just thought they would be cute together. In a lot of cases, I still do think that, but it's more along the lines of, you know, with a certain, you know, a certain ship that you and I both share of a pair of good beings.
I think the one pairing that allowed us to meet at all.
Yeah, the one pairing that allowed us to meet at all.
The one pairing that started it all.
I'm not gonna say what it is because we're doing that on.
What?
We're not going to be homestuck on Maine today. I have consigned myself to that.
Why not? I was homestuck on Maine this morning.
God damn it.
This morning I was thinking to myself, oh, my brother's birthday is April 11th. My aunt's birthday is April 12th. On April 13th, a young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today...
This is 13th birthday!
True story.
God damn it. Ribbon says, a subconscious ship was Hawkgirl and Green Lantern from Justice League. I could see that. You're talking about the John Carpenter Green Lantern, right? Because Hal Jordan deserves nothing. Hal Jordan deserves a kick to the head. But yeah. By the way, apparently both of the voice actors for both Johnny Bravo and for Samurai Jack approve of the idea that, you know, Johnny Bravo and Samurai Jack started going out as a result of Laundry Day.
Really? Oh, that's so nice!
Wait, you had it a second ago.
Had what?
The one that's blocked, the one that we can't move is the one that we're in right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, move the one on the bottom right up. Because the one that's on the far left, the Triforce that we haven't gotten to, you had it up at the top middle. Basically, the Triforce that we've gotten, the one on, and then the two on the right, stay where they are. Just try to get that one. Just try to get that one on the left up to the top middle.
Okay, now what?
Move the Triforce on the right back to the middle. Then move the one on the bottom right up.
Can I enter from that way, though? I can. I can! Thank you.
See? I brain very good. I smart at game.
Thank you.
Oh, Jon Stewart. Not John Carpenter, I'm sorry. Oh god, so there's this guy that I see comics of from time to time named Ball Buddy. That's Baal Buddy. Some of them are not safe for work, but
his username is Ball Buddy.
Ball is actually the name of a god from the Forgotten Realms setting.
Oh.
That's why I said it's Baal.
I misheard you.
But the thing is that Ball Buddy does these comics that like make fun of like freaking Dungeons and Dragons conventions. Like conventions of, you know, your stereotypical fantasy world.
Okay.
But one of the pictures.
Oh, there was one of these in here.
One of the comics.
I feel kind of dumb now. I'm so sorry. Go on.
One of the comics they made was an ogre crying its eyes out, and he's holding a copy of Ulysses by James Joyce. Everyone call Ogre stupid, and it's true. Ogre barely even literate. Ogre finally finished reading Ulysses, but Ogre can only identify surface-level themes like religion and nationalism.
I sent you that!
Oh my god, I forgot that was you.
I sent you that.
Can I finish reading it for the sake of the chat?
Yes, please.
Alright, let me go and find it again. It can't comprehend deeper ideas like the remorse of conscience that make James Joyce's novel a modernist classic. Ogre's so dumb it makes Ogre sad. At this rate, Ogre will never understand Finnegan's Wake.
So this is the power room.
But I'm gonna say this straight up. Ogre is not stupid because I read Ulysses. I had to read Ulysses as part of my British literature class. Admittedly, I didn't have to read all of it. Thank God. Because if I did, I think I would have gone mad.
Can I tell you the example that always pops into my head when I remember how everybody else in my grade understood things that were going on in books, but I just couldn't?
Go ahead.
It was The Count of Monte Cristo. Like, I tried to read that book. I really did. And
Oh, no.
I only got so far before my mind just started melting into a puddle. Like, I got to the prison outbreak, and then everything else after that is a complete blur. I have no idea what happens in that book after the prison outbreak.
Well, the thing is that
But then...
I can actually tell you why that's so difficult to follow.
Why?
Because if you're looking at a lot of the work of Alexander Dumas, that's how my folks and I bastardize the name of Alexander Dumas. But if you're looking at a lot of the work of Alexander Dumas, the thing is, like, yeah, you have the action there. You have the like for example, the Man in the Iron Mask and the Man in the Iron Mask is almost entirely political subterfuge. It's a really well written story about fucking with politics. Then you have the Three Musketeers. It's a story that combines action and political subterfuge. The Count of Monte Cristo, it's like you got a little bit of action, a lot of political subterfuge, and then a lot of it is freaking economics.
Wow.
Like a lot
wonder.
a lot of it is economics and philosophy, and that is why I personally had such a hard time reading it when I was younger.
But when it came to me, everybody else in my class seemed to understand what was going on in the book. And my problem is that I can't pay attention to books.
Yeah, you want to know why they understood what was going on in the book?
Why?
Because they watched the movie starring fucking Guy Pearce.
I never
That
said
came out
that.
It came out round about the same time we were in high school.
But here.
And I'm not saying saying that you're bad for not watching the movie. I'm saying
Okay. One of the... So... We were tested on the book, right? As we were reading it. We were given assigned numbers of pages to be reading every night, right? Like, or every week, right? So... Of course, I can't pay attention to the book. So, the best I can do is guess as to what's going on. One of the questions was, these two people, what is the place where these two people meet for romantic meetups? And the hint was, it's a place where they can see each other but barely touch. My first instinct was, is it a gate? But that's probably, too obvious of an answer to guess. And so I said it was like a balcony or something like that. The answer was it was gate.
Oh, so you were second-guessing yourself.
I was second-guessing myself because if this is the kind of class that it is, then fuck. If this is the kind of class that it is, then I have to think critically about this kind of thing, don't I?
Oh yeah, and you said you were in like all AP courses. So
yeah, I'm in all AP courses.
You're expecting it to be you're expecting it to be an answer that's not obvious.
Yes. So, not only that, but there was another question that said, what is different about this character? I had no idea. I don't know who this person was. The name wasn't even familiar to me. So, when the teacher was going over the test, she was saying that the students were skirting around the question, like, oh, she just likes to dress as this one guy. She just wants to impress this one girl. And she was like, guys, she's a lesbian.
What?
The teacher said outright, guys, she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
So everybody else knew what was going on. That was my take home, was that everybody else knew what was going on. I just didn't.
I am so sorry.
Heck, when I was 16, I barely knew what a lesbian was! I wish I was making that up, but I am so sorry. When I was 16, I barely knew what the word lesbian meant.
Silver rupee, silver rupee. What are you gonna spend it on? I have no fucking idea.
But it's there for some reason. I might as well use it. So yeah, there I was in AP classes with no sense of awareness. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? What is expected of me? So yeah, my high school days were frustrating. And says, I am so sorry, Lauren. And Davian says that is a mood orange. Ribbon says sometimes I just like just reading surface level like Alice in Wonderland. I know it's a satire of British government, but I enjoy the fun dream adventure. Yeah, I just want to read a fun dream adventure. I just want to read something fun, like, I don't know, feral cats. Listen, man.
Tiger started everything wrong.
Tiger started everything wrong. I don't want to have to analyze something. I just want to know what's going on and enjoy it. That's my thing about reading. Is that... Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that for me, it's like, as an English teacher, the analysis is part of what is fun for me. So, I mean, it's not necessarily that I'm naturally predispositioned towards it. It's just that I enjoy the entire idea behind, analyzing literature and looking for that deeper meaning. I like contemplating whether or not the curtains are actually blue. 9 times out of 10, though, as a writer, I want to point out, yeah, they are.
Yeah, the curtains are fucking blue. But there's also the thing of writer's intent. Like, are the curtains blue for a specific reason? Were they meant to be blue for a reason? Or is it just, guys, the curtains are fucking blue?
Well, like, the thing is that someone wound up pointing out that,
Here, I'm so sorry. Sirius says this. When teachers make you analyze something and have to point out the mundane and soul-draining aspects of a good time... The Triforce is complete. With this power, you have the ability to make Zelda's wish of vanishing demise a reality.
Teachers make you analyze something, you have to point out the mundane and soul-draining. Yeah. Still remember getting a C- on a book report in high school, says the idiot. It was an analysis on the meaning of the ending of Catcher in the Rye, or rather a interpretation of it, and I got the bad grade because I was wrong. Now, you see, the thing is, that's just the sign of a bad teacher, because when it comes to analysis of literature, unless it's something that is made explicit in the text, analysis isn't wrong. It's all, like, especially when you're looking at things like symbolism, it's all about interpretation. Alright, but, alright, I'm gonna say this straight up. There are certain books
This is important, Jack.
I was just about ready to go on a fucking English teacher tirade. Fight me.
Master, I believe at this juncture that a prayer was required. The ultimate goal we have traveled so far is now within a reach. Focus now, and wish with all your might for the destruction of demise.
I wish for a ham sandwich!
I want a cookie. Can I have a cookie?
Davian says we have to try toast. Take a bite.
I wish I had a piece of toast.
I want a cookie.
But I'm gonna say this straight up, there are some pieces of literature that should not be part of the literary canon. Like, at all.
Can we wait until the cutscene finish? This is a long cutscene, but it's important. There's things to do and things to say here. Wee!
And hold on. And we have confirmed takeoff and ignition is...
Good news is we'll be landing immediately. The bad news is we're crash landing. Thank you for flying Air Hylia.
Well, our landing's gonna be interesting. Interesting how? Oh god, we're all gonna die?
Oh god, he's gonna die.
Gravity squeeze!
This really is kind of a gravity squeeze.
Oh my god. This is the ultimate puzzle key.
This is the ultimate gravity squeeze.
No, remember the puzzle keys that we had to use in the dungeons?
Yeah.
This is another one of those, except bigger. Because the spirals on the
Yeah, I
bottom
know,
of
the spiral fit perfectly. Davian says splat.
Eat your heart out, Junji Ito! Sirius says, alright, where we dropping, boys?
Davian says splat.
Everybody do the flop.
Oh no, we destroyed the Grucinator.
No, his baby!
It served its purpose.
But it was his baby! Bruce gonna be sad? Is he gonna be bad? Is he gonna go back to being the old Groose?
He's just glad that he was able to fulfill his purpose. Calm down. Master Scrumpy, I have news. I have confirmed that the Isle of the Goddess, which was formerly a part of Skyloft, has returned to the surface.
It's fucking say!
Furthermore, I have detected the successful eradication of Demise. Your prayers to the Triforce have been heard. In light of these factors, the seal Zelda maintained through her age-long sleep are no longer necessary. My projections indicate she will wake momentarily. I advise you to make your way to the sealed temple as soon as possible. You really said that in the chat, huh? You said,
Yes.
Skipper from Madagascar voice. V, state the obvious.
Please, state the obvious. Well, sir, it appears that the part that was in Skyloft has returned to the Earth. Very good. Excellent, Kowalski. Now tell me something that's not so obvious. It seems like Zelda...
We lost Engine 1, and Engine 2 is no longer on fire.
I gotta say, though, out of all the Madagascar movies, Penguins of Madagascar is probably my favorite.
I've never seen that one.
Would you like to?
I only saw the first and second one.
Would you like to watch it after we're done with this?
No, I have to go to bed.
Why the fuck would you want to go to bed?
Because I have school tomorrow.
Why the fuck do you want to go to school?
Because I want to get my degree, Mom!
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Still telling you, the old lady is Impa.
Okay.
I'm calling it. I'm saying that's a thing. It's a thing that is happening.
Okay, alright, jeez. Zoldo.
It's not my girlfriend.
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
A rock. Oh, the pioneers used to ride these babies for
Dirty. Filthy. No. Dude, you bumped you with the horny bat.
I wasn't even going for that.
Somebody fucking clip that. Please and thank you.
Yes, I remember the Nick show a decade ago about the penguins of Madagascar.
Oh god, I love that show. My family and I used to watch together. Yes, my family and I, a graduated high school student.
No. No.
She trips and falls down the last few stairs. Oh my god, I wasn't kidding!
She was sleeping for the last, what, thousands of years?
Yeah, that was not the time for nap time, bitch!
Good morning, Scrumpy. Oh, he's just so happy to see her again. That's the sign that a guy has grown into a good friend.
Aww. Cruz is now our best bro. Oh god. The fucking evil twink is back.
This is all very touching, really. But I'm afraid I have to cut this emotional moment short. It's best for everyone if you forget about your friend. The little goddess is mine now! My master may have perished in this age, but then past he lives yet. I'm taking this girl back to that gate to help me revive the Demon King! You've been so adorably dogged in your quest and get in my way. Dogged in your quest to get in my way. And as much as it has delighted me, I can no longer tolerate you nipping at my heels. You know, boy, you've really pushed me too far. The moment I sweated and bled for is at hand. I don't even have the time to grind my heel into a worm like you. Not now.
Sorry, but this worm has whooped your fucking ass more times than I can count.
Why are we so weak right now?
Groose! Let the Groose loose!
Stand down. You're in my way. And the sight of your appalling hair makes my gorge rise.
Oh my god. Like you have any room to talk, Mr. looking like fucking Deidara from Naruto looking ass.
You've done a fine job of spoiling my plans to revive the Demon King in his age, so I see no point in dawdling here. But in the past, the past, so full of possibilities, I shall resurrect him there with the divine soul of this golden-haired girl. So, as you were saying?
Okay, so there are certain books that should not be a part of the literary canon. They just shouldn't, okay? Because the literary canon is something that is supposed to be taught. That is supposed to be taught in schools, or there are parts of the literary canon that are introduced to academics at too early a point in their academic career. All right.
Yeah.
Case in point, Ulysses. I understand that James Joyce is like a seminal writer for the fucking Irish and Irish American condition, but I want to point out that a lot of his work is fucking incomprehensible to people that don't have at least a master's degree in the study of British literature. Another example, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. I don't think that he should have I don't think he should be part of the literary canon, even though he was considered the greatest romantic poet, because the man was a fucking cocaine addict, or not cocaine, but he was a goddamn opium addict. All right? Do you know what opium is?
Sort of.
Opium is like diet heroin. All of the addiction, half of the fun.
You gotta chase after that creep, Scrumpy. Zelda's counting on you.
Less the insult of my hair.
For Zelda to be taken from us at a time like this, it's unthinkable. Scrumpy, listen to me. You must do whatever it takes to prevent the resurrection of demise in the past. Quickly now, open the gate of time and return to the past. Okay, fine.
Return to the past now.
Return to the past now. That's another show that I miss.
God, I really just want to like marathon Code Lyoko at one point, just so I could
Really?
fucking.
My parents always made fun of their large foreheads, but I didn't fucking care. I just wanted to see the good. These were great characters, and I enjoyed seeing what they were up to. Jesus Christ!
Aelita finally came to the human world, though.
Scrumpy, scare him. He appeared out of thin air and got the drop on me. Don't worry about me. You must chase after him.
So
he ran through the great doors in the front of the temple. You may yet catch him before it's too late. Hurry!
Don't hurry. I need to finish talking shit about Coleridge.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing. Coleridge was one of a group of Romantic era poets in England. And his best friend was a guy named William Wordsworth, who was the poet laureate of England at the time. For one of his best known works, check out "I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud," where
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He is talking about a very green day. So, but "I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud" is probably one of the more famous works in the modern era. But I would like to point out, never read any essays or prose or any academic writing of any kind by Coleridge, because the man did not know how to use a fucking period. He wrote sentences that were longer than like 90% of my paragraphs.
Did Code Lyoko end? I don't know. Okay, go on.
But back to Coleridge. The thing about Coleridge is that he was an exceptional poet. He was an incredibly talented poet. He wound up writing a poem called Kublai he wrote a poem called Xanadu, which the opening lines are, "In Xanadu did Kublai Khan a stately pleasure dome decree." It was basically a description of this mystical paradise of Xanadu that existed somewhere in Mongolia. But he never finished it. In fact, he never finished any of his work. Because there was only one time when Coleridge wrote.
Okay.
And that was when he was higher than Giraffe Pussy. Basically, he would get high out of his ears, start writing a poem, and then when he came down, he wouldn't finish it, and he didn't pick it back up again when he got high again. This guy was such and furthermore, he was your he fit in with the idea of an opium addict, or an opiate addict, where he just mooched off of everybody. Like, he was best friends with William Wordsworth. And what happened with Wordsworth was that Coleridge got kicked out of his place because he couldn't live there anymore. He couldn't pay his rent. And it didn't matter that he was one of the greatest poets in all of England, because all the money they made off of his poetry went towards drugs. So he said to Coleridge, so Coleridge said to Wordsworth, "Hey, do you mind if I move in with you just long enough to get back on my feet?" And Wordsworth, like a good friend, said, "Yeah, no, that's fine."
Alright, dude, I really hate to cut you off, but I don't have all the time in the world, and I just want to play game.
Go ahead, I'll keep on going. So he lets Coleridge move in, and then wound up having to kick him out a few months later.
Jack!
Because Coleridge was
Jack!
That's the end! He was an asshole! Oh, you got fencing up in this bitch now. What the hell is he teleporting?
Yes, some very gifable moments.
What the fuck is...
Magic is apparently quite a complicated process.
Well, I mean, I understand the need for somatic components, but...
Siri says he's recording for his TikTok.
He woke up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Hear me, my hordes! The spell's nearly complete. The Dimming King returns. Until then, you will keep that whelp from interfering with my ritual. I don't care, the whole lot of you get lodged on the end of his blade. You will buy me the time I need. Do not fear him. Fear my wrath if you fail me.
Oh, that's a lot of cobbling.
So this is called the Horde. Remember when I said that the boss fight in the boss rush?
Yeah.
So the boss rush does not include Levias for some reason, but it does include this shit. I don't know why. The boss rush will only include these things in hero mode.
Well, thank God they're just fucking that they're all like they go down in one hit.
Yeah, but at the same time, avoiding getting hit in the Horde is a lot harder than you think it is. I was extremely lucky in hero mode that I never had to deal with the Horde when I was doing my boss rush for the first time. So I was able to get the Hylian shield first try, all because I was able to avoid this shit.
Damn. I think I understand what you mean now. Oh God!
See, it's a lot easier when you only have one big guy to worry about. But when you're working with a bunch of little guys, that's a different story. There's so many things that can come at you at so many different angles, it's just...
Large boys.
Okay, go, go, go. I remember that in the boss rush, pouch items are completely prohibited, and no hearts show up. So, survival is... Oh my god, survival is a hugely different story in hero mode when it comes to this.
What the fuck is even going on here?
Too much. Oh, too much at once. That's the only answer I can give you. Too much at once is happening.
You got bomb bounce there. Oh, this is gonna suck.
Oh, introducing the world's first smart bokoblin.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, first I gotta get rid of these guys, then I can deal with the other one.
I'm sorry, where the fuck did he come from?
He just comes.
Phrasing.
He just does what he likes.
So how is this guy smart bokoblin?
He actually has strategy.
Yeah, his strategy was back up and run away.
Oh right, this guy. Where'd he go? Where? Where's the horn?
What are you going to use it for, though?
I'm not going to use the horn, I just need to take it away so he can't spawn more guys.
So just kill him?
He keeps running away. He's not easy to hit. So finally, we can get rid of that. Sorry I haven't been reading the chat at all. This has been taking up literally all of my attention.
Same. And now the game becomes Hyrule Warrior. Sirius says, also, Orad, shield! Ruben says, that reminds me of Randy, your sticks!
Oh, it's one of these.
No. No. Stop it. Leave me alone. Whack!
As soon as you go through that gate, the boss fight ends. The fight against the Horde ends. In air quotes. Or, no, I guess this is part of it, I guess.
Ah, fuck. Your hair? Whack! Your gear? Whack! Your vibes? Rancid!
Now you! You're far too quick, boy. I realize a simple child like you knows nothing of magic, but spells like this take time and a steady hand! Can't you wait quietly like a good boy?
No.
You petulant brat! You've pushed me too far. I've waited my whole existence for this! This is my moment!
He's asking us.
You know what? Fine! If you're so intent on hurrying to your grave, I'll be happy to show you the way.
He's asking us to wait quietly like a good boy, but then calls us a petulant brat. Like, what are we? What are we supposed to be? Who am I, Girahim?
This time there will be no heroic escape. I was a fool to toy with you and let you walk away with your life before, but I won't make that mistake again. This is another boss fight that's in the hero mode boss fight. That's that! I promise! Now, I want you to pay attention here. This explains a lot about Girahim.
Yeah, he has very terrible taste in patterns.
If only I'd put you into your place from the very beginning. Show a human a little mercy, and the next thing you know, he thinks himself your equal. Given my station, I had to maintain some semblance of dignity, so I let you ruin with your life. Twice even. Such a guilty pleasure. But instead of securing away like any creature linked with a basic instinct to survive, you just kept coming back. Again. And again. And again! I've let a mere boy make a fool of me for the last time. You stand before a demon, or should I say, a weapon without mercy.
Opposite?
Yeah! He's whatever creature he is!
What the flying fiddly fuck?
For you, boy, I've prepared a most appropriate and humiliating death. I even have a pet name for it. I call it the Endless Plunge. First, I'll take my time bludgeoning you, and when I grow bored of it, I'll drive you off the edge and deliver a last strike to end you falling to your doom. I'll delight in casting your body into this pit and snuffing out the flame of your life. Your broken body will serve a fine sustenance for the Demon King. Yeah, he's whatever species he is. Smash Bros logic. Keep him as far away from the edge as possible. Or stay as far away from the edge as possible. Oh god! I forgot about that. Okay.
Nine. Wait, so theoretically speaking, if we're able to kick Girahin's ass, does that mean that we're able to kick Fee-Fi-Fo Fum's ass?
But why would we want to? According to the
Because
game.
She's a fucking nuisance!
But at least she's helping us out.
Still want to kick her ass. Yeah, knife. Wait, is he a sword that's wielding a sword?
At this point, he is.
What's next? Brothers fighting brothers? Babies having babies?
Why do I not have my shield out? Jesus Christ. That's what everybody was trying to tell me! Thank you!
Oh, I didn't even notice!
Thanks, guys! I wasn't paying attention in the slightest.
Ribbon says it's twink versus twink.
I suppose we count as a twink.
I think that Girahim qualifies more as a twink, though.
At this point, he kind of is.
Ow.
I used to be good at this game? Question mark?
Oh hey, that was like me when I started playing Halo again. It's gonna be like me when I start playing Hollow Knight again.
Yeah, I remember hating this battle because I couldn't do the thrust. Fuck.
Whack.
Whack.
Your hair? Whack.
This is the weird part. Wretched brat!
I'm sorry, what? Casually spawned this on Bato.
Alright. Alright. I need to be more careful. Come on!
Stop blocking me, you coward!
turn your sword in a more predictable way, please? Gotcha.
Fucking got him!
Sirius said, I thought you were attempting a shieldless one of the finale. No, I just didn't notice. When did I turn my shield off?
I don't know.
This is preposterous. Driven to my knees by a simple child of man! Laughable!
Oh,
No matter how many times we clash, I can't prevail! You think I can't defeat you? You think I can't win?
Yes, that is exactly what I think.
What are you?
Goddamn Batman.
But never mind that. Victory is still mine to savor. While we fought, the ritual I started continued.
Okay, hold on. Didn't he say that this was very delicate magic that required a lot of his concentration?
Oh, at last it's complete. The Demon King shall devour the soul of the goddess and resurrect in his full glory.
Hey, nobody devours
Zeph is playing Stardew Valley. From says master of multitasking.
Toes.
Where's the spike on your head? I just want to drive it into your skull, please.
Give me your toe.
Stupid Amogus.
Give me your toe. I am the Toe Goblin.
He kind of is the Toe Goblin.
Why, with the power of just 5 of your toes, I can attain the power of the Infinity Toe, which will allow me to eradicate half of the life of the universe with but a snap of time.
Truman says your toes are gross. Sirius says it's Barney the dinosaur.
I hate you. You hate me.
Don't you see? It's all over. You and your kind of lost. This world and everything in it now belongs to darkness. They belong to my master.
Oh my god, I just realized something.
What?
Fucking alright, so Fee is the left brain. Kirahim is the left brain.
I thought you said Fee was the left brain.
Who's the right brain? I am the right brain. I am the right brain. I think Kirahim is the left brain.
Welcome back to us, Master. Thud.
Everybody do the flop! Casually crucifies a sword spirit.
This is some fetish shit, bro.
Kinky. Yes, Daddy! Please rip my soul out! What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
That's fucking terrible, I love it. Alright, but Daddy Demon?
He looks like he would rip the most gnarly of farts.
Zulu is chosen out of the goddess. The goddess lowered herself to a mortal existence to keep me imprisoned. A pathetic, this bag of flesh pales in comparison to the magnificence of her beauty's form.
Oh, so he wanted to bottom for the goddess.
Whee! Don't worry, Scrumpy Groose has got this!
Our lad, our king, the gent! Coming in clutch,
Scrumpy,
Bruce,
I caught her! She's okay!
I love him so much! That's the thing, I used to hate this guy.
Yeah! I told you, you would love him by the end of the series.
I love this man!
So you and that other human stand for obliteration. Hate the goddess, would you?
Oh, do you mind if I do his voice?
Go ahead.
How curious. The humans that I know. Hardly more than...
I can hardly hear you.
Alright, hold on.
How curious. The humans I know were weak things, hardly more than insects, shivering under rocks, ready to flee at a mere glimpse of me. When last I walked the world, they little more than screaming, clinging to their goddess. Ray, counting on her to protect them. How amusing to think that those cowards begot someone like
Oh, Link Angie.
Give me my girlfriend back, dude.
Cough on my girlfriend or I'll personally beat your piss in.
you grow more fascinated by the second. I never imagined I'd meet one of your kind wish to stand against that.
Riven says, not their fault, you so ugly.
Very well then, I shall prepare a place for us who will not be bothered by distraction. You still have the courage to face me, speak there.
Give me back my other girlfriend, you fuck.
What do you mean, other girlfriend?
We already have girlfriend!
Shut up. Scrumpy, it's all on you! And listen up! Granny had some info for you! The old girl says it'll take some time for that Grace Wad to absorb Zelda's soul completely! If you can take him down before her soul gets all sucked up into that thing, you might still have a chance! I know you can do it.
He's such a lad!
So, yeah, you gotta do this! Your girl Zelda's got! You've gotta make this happen! Alright, everybody! Let's beat this guy!
It's time to slam now. We got a brand new jam going. Space Jam. Oh my god, is he actually going to send us to space? He's fucking sending us to space, son of a bitch.
No, not really. He's just providing us a portal.
Wish I had a portal. Wish I had a portal gun. Do you know what I'd do? Oh.
If you fear for your life, do not follow. You can spend what little time you're with, cowering and crying as befits your kind. But if you truly desire to raise your blade against the world I would build, come for me, and do it again, and again, and again. I waited eons to return. I can spare a few more moments to let you decide.
You know, it would have been funnier if I did his voice
In what?
Kermit the Frog. I have waited eons for this moment, so I will
It's up to you now, Scrumpy. Riven says, use all reliable. The net. For some reason, Ganondorf always tends to have a really silly weakness. Like, for instance, in Twilight Princess, he can get easily distracted by the fishing rod.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna heal really quick. So, also, I'm going to assume that you are at least aware of volleyball.
I've played it
Or
once
ping
twice.
pong.
Yes.
Ping pong in, traditional, Ganondorf style setting. Yes? Where you bounce an orb back and forth between you and Ganon?
Yeah.
In Ocarina of Time, you can do that with a bottle.
Right, I'm gonna go fix myself a drink while you do this. Because I feel like I'm gonna fucking need it. Also, the squeaks need to eat. Why? Why are you yelling?
Weak, weak,
What
weak!
for
Knocks
to
on cage.
holler? You are so very, very. You are loud and loud.
And they're loud.
Ah.
This will likely be the last time we save in this game. In this file.
Yes, I know. I know what I'm getting for you. You're gonna let him calm down.
I'm just gonna wait for him to feed his squeaky boys.
Have an entire fucking cucumber.
For those who don't know, Jack has some guinea pigs. I'm gonna check my other emails.
Damn squeaks.
Okay. There's that. To review that order. Are you back? Are you back? Jack!
Alright, squeaks have been fed. I have.
Are you here?
I'm here.
Are you back?
Guess who's back? Back again.
Shady's back. Are we ready for the final boss?
Let us do the thing.
Master Scrumpy, I have important information for you. Once you enter this portal, my analysis indicates a 0% chance you will be able to return, unless you are able to vanquish your foe. Are you ready to proceed?
Wow, it's almost like it's a fucking final boss or something, P5
Understood, Master Scrumpy. Know that even in the place that lies beyond this portal, I'll be with you. And Master,
That's not reassuring.
good luck.
But yeah, the squeaks were hollering at me.
So, the first time I played this game, it took me 6 tries to beat this guy, because I'm stupid.
Hey, it could be worse.
I will tell you what I mean later.
Genuinely though, it could be worse. It could be like me fighting the mantis.
Please don't Kermit.
Aww. Oh, so you... No, I'm not gonna do that.
So you decided to meet your end in battle after all. It pleases me greatly to see such misplaced valor. Take a moment to appreciate your surroundings. Where we stand shall serve as your tomb for all eternity.
Where the fuck is the floor?
It's just under that little sheet of water.
The hate for the gods that has boiled in my veins. You will taste all of it. The bite of my boyfriend.
What? Ew.
Him as a sword, isn't he?
Well, yeah.
The only question left is how long you will manage to remain standing before I take your life. Try to keep it interesting for me, would you?
Ruben says, is this the salt flatlands of Utah?
Oh, yeah, no, it might be. I thought that V was implied that Link would certainly die.
And when you fall, know that your world and everything in it is mine to dominate, mine to subjugate, mine to rule.
Oh, so he's not just daddy, he's a Dami daddy.
When I finish with you, you can take solace in knowing your friends and kin will soon follow, as I wipe all who oppose the face of this world.
Not even Betro!
It won't be long now. At last, the almighty power I've sought for millennia. I will take the Triforce for my own.
Too late. It's ours.
And the world shall be under my foot for eternity.
It is going to be my world for...
Tomorrow's. Okay. I forgot how to fight him in the first phase.
Alright, so I have a question.
What?
Why is it that in every fucking Zelda game, Ganondorf or his equivalent is just so fucking big?
I don't fucking know.
Like, he is this many, he's this big, this many big.
So many of the big.
Such big, very large.
I mean, Vadi isn't that big.
Who?
You didn't play Minish Cap, did you?
I told you!
Yeah.
Oh, well that's phase
So-
1 out of 3.
This is the part that I had trouble with when I was a kid. I tried to brute force this. And I was too stupid to realize that because his sword has the same kind of thing that our sword has, whatever his sword can do, our sword can do. You can't typically Skyward Strike in here, but you can do something else.
Oh. I'm sorry. What? Did you just supercharge your goddamn sword?
If he can do it, we can. I really tried to brute force this shit. Fuck.
Is that supposed to happen?
Yes, that's scripted.
Oh my lord. Shinderu.
So the first fight that I decided to choose for my run to try to get the Hylian shield for the boss rush was this fight, and I took no damage from it in hero mode.
You're fucking insane, you know that?
I wanted to get the most insane fight out of the way first.
Extraordinary. You stand as a paragon of your kind. You
Serious
fight like
says to
no
think someone did this fight
I
blindfolded.
ever know. My hate never perishes. It is born anew in a cycle when I will rise again. Those like you, those who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound to this curse. An incarnation of my hatred shall ever follow your kind, dooming them to wander amidst the terror of darkness for all time.
Which is why Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf all reincarnate all the time.
He just laid down that fucking curse on us. He literally just did that.
Yeah. I have confirmed the eradication of the Demon King. His residual consciousness has been absorbed into the Master Sword, and is now sealed away.
Sure.
Only until somebody pulls it out of the pedestal again, like some idiot. You've done well, Scrumpy. Scrumpy? Thank you. I think it's over. Finally, it's all over. Nice going, you two. You guys are totally amazing in this little adventure I like to call the Legend of Groose.
As it should be!
That's a little joke.
No! Make it a reality, Groose. Live your... You were the legend of this story.
Joke or not, your contributions to our efforts were heroic. You have my thanks. Aw, well, you know, I'm just glad I can make myself useful. I'm happy things turned out okay.
Or ship them.
Hey, so things look pretty strewn up here. What do you say, guys? Ready to head back to our own time? Granny was really worried about you two. We don't want to keep the old girl in suspense for too long. Hylia, Your Grace, or perhaps you prefer Zelda, pleases me to know that you are safe. Master, I must speak with you. Please don't whine.
What?
I'm just trying to make this a moment.
What?
Please don't whine, because I'm just trying to enjoy the moment here. Master Scrumpy, you have successfully protected the goddess reborn and defeated Demise, fulfilling your role as the hero of legend. My purpose here is complete. Therefore, I will ask you to dissolve our arrangement as master and servant. Drive the sword into the pedestal before you, and I will return to the sword to enter a sleep without end. Master, you've achieved the purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Please, set your sword in the pedestal and bring the goddess's mission to an end. Now, Master, it is time to conclude our necessary companionship. Gee, thanks for ruining that.
What?
No,
I didn't say anything!
it was the phone.
Okay, I had no control over that. this actually is pretty fucking heartwarming and heartbreaking.
Scrumpy. Scrumpy, hear me. My purpose was to obey the command of the goddess that laid you, the chosen hero of this land, on your quest. When I first woke and began this task, I perceived it as merely serving my function as a servant to her grace. However, I've come to consider the information corresponding to our time together among the most precious data I have on record. I do not have the capacity to fully understand the human spirit, Scrumpy. But now, at the end of my journey with you, as I prepare to sleep within the Master Sword forever, I experience a feeling I am unable to identify.
Lost.jpg.
I lack sufficient data to be sure of my conclusion, but I believe this feeling correlates closest to what your people call happiness. Our partnership is at an end, and even as I speak, I feel my consciousness fading away. Before I enter the sleep that calls me to the sword, I wish to relay to you words that I recorded many times over in the course of our journey. Many have said them to you thus far, but now I wish to say them for myself. Thank you, Master Scrumpy. May we meet again in another life. Sirius says, as pedantic as you were still our sword fee. What? Impo, why? Come with us! Zelda, your grace, you possess the memories of the goddess. You must understand why that is not possible. I am a being of this age. My place is here. I know that, but... You must return to your own time. I'll take care of the gate once you've passed through. I can't do that. You and I have been through so much together. I don't want to leave you alone. Please, Impa, come back with us. Zelda, at the command of the goddess, I passed through the Gate of Time. I did so to protect you and aid the fight to prevent the world's destruction. The last remnants of demise are decaying slowly within the sword. Someone must stay behind to watch over the blade. His spirit must not reawaken. He must never be allowed to threaten the world again. This is the nature of the task given to my tribe. As a member of the Sheikah, the goddess's chosen guardians, I gladly welcome this duty. Zelda, I shall watch over the Triforce. Its power is too great to leave in the grasp of man. Dependence on its might is an invitation to disaster. When it has served its purpose, it must be secreted away to lie dormant once again. The knowledge of its existence hidden from mortal history. These are the words the goddess spoke to me long ago. I remember them well, as do you, I'm sure. Do not despair, Zelda. You and I will surely meet again someday.
And it may be sooner than you think, such as when we walk through this portal. Wait. Wait a fucking... I was fucking right?!
You were right.
What the fuck?! What the Okay, I am... okay.
See? I told you we'd meet again.
I was fucking right. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
You were right.
And then she just goes and fucking dies.
Yep.
God damn it.
I don't feel so good.
I'm filled with a sense of incomprehensible rage.
Granny.
Grandpa, thank you. Thank you for everything.
What is causing that to open?
Alright, but now if Impa's dead, who the fuck is guarding the sword?
Oh, we're not done yet.
I'm guessing that's because there's post-credits content.
Yes, there's post-credits content. So, during the credits, what thoughts do you have?
I wish that there was a little bit more foreshadowing about Him was the same type of being as Fee Fi Fo Fum. Because if there were hints about him being a similar, like Master Sword spirit, then that would have made the reveal that much more interesting, and it would have made it that much more tantalizing to people that don't know,
That's a valid criticism.
Oh,
right, we're going through Zelda's journey in the credits.
Oh. Additionally, I really like the design of Ganondorf in this game.
It was not really Ganondorf. He was essentially just Demise, and Ganondorf is just a resurrection of his hatred.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, all of the iterations of Ganondorf are based off of Demise in retroactively, similar to how, even though this game came out after the first appearance of Ganondorf, it's wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Yes.
But I liked the depiction of the big bad in this game. He seemed so much more menacing than any of the other big bads that I've seen in the Zelda games that you've shown me. Like in Breath of the Wild, it's like, okay,
he's just kind of there. He's not actively threatening anything. The worst that he does is just summon a blood moon every once in a while.
Yeah, it's like Calamity Ganon is just there. and then suddenly he is very large.
Suddenly
Like,
he's very
like-
large, only when it's convenient for you.
But it's like the Blight Ganons were so much more interesting, so much more menacing, especially because you knew that they were like manifestations of.
You knew that they killed
God.
people!
Yeah. So the thing is, it's like, all right, you had that. Fucking Wind Waker. That one, that manifestation of Ganon was, you know, he was menacing for the setting, but the art style just set him off. And then looking at Ocarina of Time,
I think the art style does really well for him. He has a really fascinating body type and face type.
Oh, absolutely, he's a unit. Like, that's the best way I could describe him. But this one, it's like he looked like he straight out of a fucking Street Fighter game. Like, this is you look at Demise and he will fuck you up. But I also
It really also says a lot that he had to spend all of that time imprisoned. Because if he's let loose, then we will die. Everybody dies. Meanwhile, all the other Ganondorfs were already out doing their own thing. The one in Wind Waker was just trying to look for Zelda the whole time.
Yeah, and basically, freaking in Breath of the Wild, he was just keeping her under lock and key, that way she could fuck up all of his plans.
Yep.
But additionally, I genuinely did feel that even though I absolutely despised P505, her farewell was very touching. I mean, who was the one that said, yeah, she was a pain in the ass, but she was our Thor?
Serious.
Serious? You hit the nail on the head. Like, there is that idea of being a treasure companion towards the end of a game that, you know, it's like, oh fuck, this is rough, and we gotta let them go. So
She's my
that was-
mistake. You can't do this to me. You can't.
But the thing is, the fact that it makes it breaking, the fact that she doesn't show up in any of the other games. She only exists as the Master Sword. There is no Spirit of Fee there. So she has truly integrated herself with, like, oh god, we genuinely did lose her forever.
But now we have
But-
confirmation that the Master Sword is sentient in some shape or form.
Or actually, I'm leaning on the theory that, you know, it lost its set, that the sword lost when Fee sealed the Demon King away.
You know what? That's fair.
Because, you know, that's a tall order, and you said it yourself. None of the other manifestations of hate and rage have come even close to squaring up with how nasty Demise is.
Demise had to be shut away so that he wouldn't cause any damage.
But, you know, it's like he still managed to leak out and cause damage.
Yeah. Anything else? Siri says the Master Sword wants McDonald's. And Freeman says, McDonald's! McDonald's! McDonald's!
I like the fact that Zelda had her own, like, story going on behind the scenes, because one of my favorite tropes is the concept of the hero from another story. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
And the kind of thing where if you had traveled in somebody else's eye, you would get a different story?
Sort of.
Or different side of the story?
Sort of. The thing is, the hero of another story trope mainly applies to somebody that you like once or twice, like you meet him a couple of times over the course of the game at most. And you have these interactions with them where you're talking with them and they're talking about stuff that they're going off and doing, you're realizing, oh god, they're living a life that is just as epic as mine. Or even those like one-time intersections where you're
Luigi and Thousand Year Door. Go on.
actually no, you're not wrong.
I'm surprised you know what I'm talking about.
You showed it to me.
Oh, I did? Oh.
Wait, no, you showed me Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, I showed you Super Paper Mario. Luigi and Thousand Year Door is going on his own adventure, and you had the option to talk to him and see how he's going.
But the thing is, that's the idea of the hero of another story. Zelda and Luigi are both the heroes of another story in this plot. And they have and their story is just so intriguing, and I'm glad that we were able to see like bits and pieces of Zelda's story in the end here. Oh, hey, more.
Yeah. They brought his bird.
Colin and Stritch hanging out with our boy.
They missed him.
I can't blame them. God. And to think that I really fucking hated the beginning.
Look around us. As a child, I always dreamed of a world below. I wanted to see the surface with my own eyes. And
Right, but
feel the land's
please
warm breeze on my
express-
skin. Shh. I think I want to live here. I always want to feel the solid ground beneath my feet. See the clouds above my head and watch over the Triforce. What about you, Scrumpy? What will you do now?
I'm gonna ride my bird and fuck my girlfriend. That was cursed. My body is punishing me for it already. This was good game.
This was good game.
This was very good game. Is good warm heartbox game. Is good fun time.
I love this game. It has its frustrating moments, but at its core, it's got a lot of soul.
So it was in fact a very good game.
Yeah. It's a very flawed game. Ooh, I would love to do hero mode at some point.
So we are going. I'm gonna have to start looking for the next game that I want to stream for you. Like,
Right.
try and figure something out.
In the meantime, in a couple weeks' time, Metroid Dread will be out.
Yes, and I am down.
Alright, and we're going to start that at around the time it should be out, so we'll be streaming it in the hype period. It'll be out on the 8th. So,
Next week, though, for those of you that are interested, we are finally going to be doing another session of Old One Play.
that'll be on Jack's channel.
Yes, that'll be on my channel. Quill, I leave it to you. I will send the link. That way you can send other people the link. That way we can both do our part in order to get the word out. But Mom is going to be playing a very, very interesting game for Old One Plays. She is going to be playing Untitled Goose Game.
And she's going to love that. Alright,
Well,
alright,
yes,
after
yes.
stream, I want to discuss, time management plans with ya when it comes to, Metroid Dread. Because, when it comes to that, with the hype period going on, there's gonna be spoilers everywhere, so I want to go through the game quickly. I don't want to do just 3 hours every week, you know?
Yeah.
So if we can allocate time to be able to do that more frequently through the week, that would be nice. If possible.
All right. Well, I think that we'll definitely discuss that. We'll figure it out.
Alright. So, that should be the end of this stream.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you guys for joining us for Legend of Zelda Squidward Zard. It's been a very fun time. I am so glad you guys showed up and showed your interest. And thank
I
you,
had a
Jack, for
blast.
being a very gracious co-host, and I'm glad you enjoyed the game.
Well, it's just another challenge to me to find one that you just as much.
Alright. Good night, guys!
Hasta la vida, Zen.